Hey and hello there everyone, welcome back to the Strike Streams, where I, a voice actor, am currently on strike for video games, which means I can't perform voiceover for video games, largely, and I'm largely unemployed and stuff like that, but I can still play them, not just for you guys, but with you guys, because that's why we're going to do multiplayer, cooperative, Dynamax Adventures in Pokémon Sword and Shield. I should actually say that more in the middle of the video, which I'll get to in a second. But before we get to that and the, actual Pokemon, we'll say hi to some people and stuff like that. So, hi Cheese, hi Kevin, hi Kieran. Kieran, we missed you yesterday. It was so funny, Kieran. We were like doing roll call at the start, and it was like, hang on, wait, where's Kieran? Do we definitely not have Kieran? Because it feels weird assigning someone to Team 1 for Dialga and not having you there. And then Onlara wasn't around for Team 2, at least at first. We did eventually get Onlara for Team 2. But at first, Onlara wasn't there either. And I was just like, what's happening here? It was so weird. So, no worries. Obviously, no one ever has any obligations to be here and stuff like that. Platinum High, Skywatcher High, Redlocks High. And I think I said hi to everyone, but like Cheese, Skywatcher, Kevin, Kieran, Xander, hi, and Redlocks, and Platinum, and Nightbot, and yeah. If I didn't say hi to you, feel free to say hi. So let's get into the game, and we'll kind of do our stuff. But I hope you're all good. Happy Friday. But, hold on a sec. I'm going to go on the spreadsheet. Okay. So, but yeah, happy Friday. I hope you guys are having a good one. Today is the birthday of the one and only Sarah Miller Cruz. So if you see Sarah around or anything, say happy birthday to Sarah, like if you're on a Discord or anything like that. But I love Sarah to bits. She's one of my favorite people. So I'm very happy that it's her birthday. And for those who don't know, like I think all of my mods pretty much are like her mods. So I did have other non-Sarah mods, I think, but the ones who are like here and compete for mod of the month, Xander and Kramen, who are in a vicious war with each other. No, they're not. But basically just like a lot of my mods are Sarah's mods, so it's funny. But hopefully everyone else gets on it and very quickly. Okay, so. Kayla, hi, welcome. Okay, so, right, now, I still need to think of a special phrase to say this, okay, but, yes, exactly, Kevin, say that everyone say happy birthday to Sarah, and then one of the mods here can screenshot it and send it to Sarah's server, so everyone say happy birthday, Sarah. And then that's it. Onlara, hi, welcome. And then whilst all you guys are doing that, I will just explain the usual. I know you guys know this, and I still need to think of a phrase to say this. But if you would like to play along with me today, you have Pokémon Sword and Shield with the DLC expansion. You have Nintendo Switch Online. You have the Dynamax Adventures, unlocked in the Crown Tundra, and you've done the Suicune tutorial, so you can definitely play online with other human beings. Then there are 2 things I need you to do, or 2.5 things I need you to do, okay? First, please make sure you are watching the video live. So please make sure you are watching the video live. That's very important. If you hover your mouse in the middle of the YouTube video, or if you're on mobile, like tap the middle of the video once, and then if you look in the bottom left-hand corner, there will be a red circle if you are live, and the word live. But if it's a grey circle and there's a negative number next to it, that means you are not watching live. That means you're watching behind. You've like rewound or paused or something like that. So please make sure you are watching a video live with the red circle. And then and then and then the other thing you're going to do is you're going to post in chat with 2 bits of information. Number 1, at the beginning of your post, you are going to say strike in big capital letters, and then you are also going to say if you have already caught any of the legendary Pokemon we're going to be hunting for today, which includes Dialga, Heatran, and Solgaleo. Let me know if you either have those Pokemon, or like which ones you have and which ones you don't. So you can say, like, you know, Solgaleo is the one I don't have, or I have Solgaleo, kind of thing. This isn't about preferences, it's just about which ones you actually physically have already captured in the Dynamax adventure. So there you go, let me know with strike and all that stuff. But yes. But yeah. So, and then platinum. Just remember, in future, you have to write strike in big capital letters, okay? Because otherwise I can't see it, okay? Because I have to be able to distinguish who's just doing regular chatting and who's doing capital letter chatting, okay? So, but again, you are new here, so that is not a worry. So, right, I'm going to put Kieran in Team 1, and if on Lara writes strike, I will put, okay. So, okay, but also as well, Platinum, what you do have to let me know, I know that, like, Solgaleo is the one you have, but you can't just sort of say, you have to sort of let me know, like, which ones you can or can't catch. Like, I know factually you need Solgaleo, like Dialga and Heatran, but, like, let me know kind of, like, whether you've caught them, whether you've not, and stuff like that. Because different people say different things, so, So anyway, but you've caught Dialga and Heatran, so I'm going to put you in Team 3. If Kevin's around, I could put Kevin in Team 3. If Kevin puts strike. Oh, Kevin's here for an hour. That's not great. Okay, well, we can put Kevin in the Dialga team, right? We can put Kevin in Dialga, right. And then, let's see. And then let's just see. And then Cheese can do any... Kayla's Dialga as well. Okay, so how about this? Hang on, I need to put Kayla in the spreadsheet. Come on, spreadsheet, actually work. Okay, so... okay, so hopefully this is a plan. Hopefully we have some semblance of a plan here. Team 1, we're going to do Kieran, Kevin, and Kayla. Okay, I want to say the 3 Ks, but that's not good. But okay, so does that sound good for Team 1? And then, okay, on Lara, we'll see what we can do. What we could do is we could do Solgaleo second, okay? So, but okay. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, so, but if that sounds good for Team 1, oh, and then Cheese is here as well. So, I need to put Cheese somewhere. But yeah, maybe what we could do is, hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What we could, hang on, 6. Oh, right, it's because I put Skywatcher in there preemptively. But let's see. But yeah, but no, we'll see, because Platinum's here, and we could get Platinum going with a Solgaleo. And then, so we can just do that. So don't worry about the spreadsheet, Kramen. I see you there. Sorry, I don't think I actually said hi to you yet, Kramen. Hi, Kramen. But don't worry, you can just leave it. I can kind of just remember, like Team 3 and Team 2 are kind of like switched right now. So don't worry about all that. Right now, we'll just kind of do it that way. But okay, so Team 1, Dialga, Kieran, Kevin, Kayla. Let's get this thing set up. Please make sure you are connected on the Wycom, that you are not on local communication, that you are on internet communication. You have to go on the Wycom, press the plus button to switch if you are on the wrong thing. And then we connect to the internet. And then, but no, thank you, Kramen. Okay. So once we're on the internet, and once you are on the internet, and you have that lovely blue background with the white symbol in the bottom left-hand corner, we're going to talk to the Dynamax Adventures lady, and we're going to say, yes, we would like to do a Dynamax adventure, and then you guys are going to select anything goes, but I'm going to select Dialga, and then we're going to save our game, because I'm going to hiccup. whilst I do it. This would be much easier to not hiccup all the time if I wasn't sat scrunched up on the floor. And then when we're on the pink screen, or the screen with all the pink on it, I really need to decide which of those two I need to use. We're then going to go on the link code. And then... sorry, I need to move my chat a little bit closer so I can, like, see it a bit better, or something. There we go. Hopefully that's a bit better. And then what we can do is we can get a code open. We can go, let's go 209 and then 0411. That's 2009 0411. And then we'll invite others, and then we'll kind of get right into it. And yeah, this is for Team 1, Kieran, Kevin, and Kayla. So hopefully we'll see you guys soon. There we go. So yeah, we got Funny, and then Kevin, and then Silfire. Oh, Silfire, and then Kevin. Aha! There we go. Okay, lovely. So, quick reminder whilst we're on this screen. Dialga is weak to fighting and ground. So those are the types of Pokemon we're looking for. Those are the types of moves we're looking for. If we are unable to find such things, Dialga is walled defensively by Steel type. So if we can't find fighting or ground, Steel types can be very good just because they can tank hits and stuff like that as well. Okay, so Team 1, let's have some fun. Yes, Cheese. Yeah. See, Cheese gets it. Cheese gets it. You've been here long enough now, Cheese, that you get it. You get it. Okay, so let's see what we got. Okay. Now, although I said ground types, I won't go on my Seismitoad rant, but they ruined my boy. They ruined my boy. So unfortunately, Seismitoad isn't great. But here's the thing. It kind of also is, because you can sit there and use Screech, in theory, in game theory. So I'm going to take Seismitoad just to see what options it gives us. And then if I have to switch, we'll have to switch. Yeah, these aren't the... Electric types can be okay as well, because Steel is resisted by Electric. So that is one thing to keep in mind, but... Yeah, these aren't great options. Yeah. We'll have to see how this goes. I didn't have a look there. I'm going to have to concentrate here and see what we've got. Okay, we've got a Frostmoth and then a Kangaskhan. Okay, Kangaskhan is the better of those two options. And then we've got, like, Ordino and a Mantine. Neither of those are really any good. And then at the end, like, Doublade is okay. So... yeah, basically, we may need to switch... We're going to want to switch out the... We're probably going to want to switch out... Although, no, Sand Slash actually is kind of neutral against stuff, isn't it? So, I don't know. Like, I guess maybe I need to switch at some point? We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Here's what I'm going to do. I am going to use Screech to help out Sand Slash, okay? That's my plan. Yeah, I'm going to use Screech, and I'm going to help out Sand Slash. That is my plan. And then... I don't know who is, like... I don't know what the... Basically, Pincurchin I don't think can really hit Dialga, so I would say Pincurchin needs to switch at some point. Electric types are good defensively, but they're also not good offensively. It's only if they have, like, other types of moves, which, like, Pincurchin kind of doesn't. But that's the thing. Sand Slash has Brick Break, so and it's a Steel type, so it's very resistant to Dialga. So I would say Sand Slash is kind of one of our best Pokemon. And then Charmeleon is, like, okay, because it has, like, neutral damage, and it has that Steel resistance. It is weak to Ancient Power, which is something to keep in mind. So I desperately needed a drink there. And then... So, like, Charmeleon's just kind of, like, very neutral. And then Pincurchin... I would say Pincurchin and Seismitoad are, like, the bad ones. Oh gosh. Yeah, this is making me more and more lean towards the I need to switch for the Kangaskhan. I mean, obviously anyone who needs to switch, but like, and like one thing Charmeleon can do is it can burn Dialga with an accurate Inferno. So, okay, here's the break. Kaboom! I probably should use Screech a second time, but I don't know. I wanted to see how much. Wow, that Thunder's really doing some heavy lifting. I'm surprised. Fernay is Kieran. But the thing is, I don't pay enough. I really need to sort of get in this. I've been doing this for like a month and a half now, and I really need to pay more attention to like who has what avatar and like who has what Pokemon. I need to get used to the avatars more, but more importantly, I need to get more used to who has what Pokemon, so I can say the Pokemon and the person. I kind of just communicate the person at the minute, so I say stuff like, okay, Seismitoad needs to switch for the Kangaskhan. Like, that's kind of how I'll communicate it. But okay. Charmeleon still needs to decide. Okay. Okay, here's the dig. Quick before the hyena come. That's not great. Okay, here's the Max Flare. Show me potato salad. Oh, we got it. Nice. Well done, Team 1. Whoa! Whoa! We just got a $10 super chat from Kieran. Kieran, thank you so much. That's really kind of you, Kieran. Thank you. That's very kind. Just a quick note on super chats and everything. Just because, you know, I do say this stuff like, I'm on strike and I'm largely unemployed right now and stuff like that. Obviously, super chats and Wonga are like more appreciated now than ever. I do apologize because I know everyone got sick of the phrase now more than ever like 4 years ago, and I'm bringing it back. But like now more than ever, like obviously super chats and Wonga are super duper mega appreciated. But there is never any pressure for any of you all to do them. You know, I ask you just do whatever you can. I legit don't know which of these to go for. There is a Backpacker and Berries by Mantine, so I would say probably Mantine, and then like Doublade at the end would be my guess. But please, there's never any pressure to do them. Please only ever do them if they are within your means. Like, you know, if you're a person who has a steady job and, you know, you have steady work and something like a few dollars here and there really doesn't like mean anything to you, and you like supporting creators and independent creators and stuff, then that's wonderful. And yes, if I'm your flavor of person, then I hugely appreciate it. And obviously, if any of you do have any like wealthy aunts who are like cougars, who love Dynamax Adventures and are looking to marry young, yes, send them my way, send them to this channel. But the point is that you don't have to do them. But if they are within your means and you're happy to do them, then please just know how grateful I am. And like Kieran, just thank you so much. Thank you. Okay. So, Sludge Bomb. Okay, Onlara's rich aunt is married, but she loves Dynamax Adventures. Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame, Onlara. Okay. But yeah, that's like I will be your uncle. Like me and Uncle Roger will be your uncles. So okay. Okay. Oh, body slam. Nice. I think Mantine can use Wide Guard as well, which I don't think has any use against Dialga, but oh well. Yeah, I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything like aimed at you, sort of specifically, Kieran. Other than like thank you for the $10. Given your age, the whole like if it's within your means is a is a sort of, you know, a more relevant thing, because I don't expect people, like, I don't expect younger people to like have money to donate. So please definitely don't donate money unless it's like within your means. But on Lara, you actually do have an uncle named Roger. I have an uncle called Bob, so I do, like, Bob's my uncle. Okay. Let's see. Doop-a-doop-a-doop. But speaking of different ages and stuff, that's why, like, on the one hand, I do mark these street. I try and keep things nice and clean here at Bovio Games. But, always catch everything. You don't have to keep them, but always catch them. And particularly the legendaries. Don't keep the legendaries if you want to shiny hunt for them. But no. But so I do try and keep things clean here at Bovio Games, but obviously every once in a while I will allude to something. There will be something that comes up that's like a bit, I don't know, more adult or something like that. I mean, a very classic example on the internet is just any, you know, sort of like anytime the number 69 comes up, everyone always says like nice when they see the number 69, even though that's actually kind of like a grown-up thing. Okay, I know I probably should have switched there, even if it was like for just one round, but we are about to get the berries, so but even so, yeah, so I think Doublade is and I can't, okay, there's Mimikyu, nah, Mimikyu's not worth it, and then Absol is okay, but I would say the Doublade is good because it can use a Sacred Sword, so I think that's a way to go, and it has a good shiny. So yeah, that's the thing. We haven't had the best choices today. We haven't actually had actual like fighting or ground types. We've got things that have fighting and ground moves, and like that kind of sucks. But yeah, no, so I try and keep things clean, but obviously sometimes there will be a bit of cheeky humor kind of thing, because, you know, even a lot of family stuff, like, there aren't many TV shows out there, apart from, like the real, kind of like you know, nursery school type things, that don't have some kind of, like, adult humor in them and things like that, you know, like they sneak them in everywhere. So, and that's kind of the vibe I have, kind of thing, like a show that, like, I don't know, a double-digit kid can enjoy or something like that. But, like, you know, there's gonna be something every once in a while that alludes to something, but we try and there's one thing that we could talk about today, where I won't swear, but I'll kind of, like, allude to swearing. Because, oh my gosh. But yeah. Hang on a sec. Okay, yeah, I am just gonna sit here and use Screech. Victory, Screech! And yes, if anyone does go overboard, that's what mods are for. But yeah, no. I do have a list of words that I have, like, banned and stuff like that, and it's a very big list. I think I have told this story before, but it's funny. YouTube has this thing where it's like, YouTube has a thing where it's like, oh, you can ban words from your chat, and I don't really know what YouTube's, like, natural filter is, like, what if they have a filter for, like, swear words or anything. So I, like, put every swear word I could think of, and then I, like, messaged my brother being like, okay, this is gonna be a very weird message, don't play this in front of other people, but I'm about to say every swear word I can think of, and you're gonna tell me if I missed any. And then he let me know of, like, a couple. He's like, oh, well, you could have this, and you could have this, and then I think I said this the other day as well, but I will tell this story again. And then, so first I used my own brain, and then I utilized my brother's brain, but then there was a third unlikely source. There was a third unlikely source that I used for getting the rest of the swear words. Does anyone know what that could? If you factually know, don't say. But if you don't know, guess what I used as a way to be able to like gather up swear words that I could block from my chat. There was a source I had. There was something I went to that like had a whole load of like swear words in it that I was able to look at and go, right, I'm gonna ban that one from the list and that one and that one. Okay, yeah, so Tenchi knows. Cheese is like guessing Urban Dictionary. No. So basically, in Pokemon Black and White, on the GTC, the online trading platform, they had a list of words that you like couldn't nickname your Pokemon, like bad words and names and stuff like that. And it was like programmed like into the cartridge, I think. So people were able, when people like were able to kind of like, you know, get stuff off the cartridge. I am going to. Oh, okay. I'm gonna Sacred Sword and boost yours' attack stats. So don't worry about boosting your attack. Just attack yourselves. Be on the offense. And here we go. But yeah. So they had this big list of words like that you couldn't nickname your Pokemon and trade to other people. And I used this list, and it's like on Bulbapedia. When people have like, you know, sort of mined the game or got the files from the game and looked through all the coding and stuff, they like got this list of words. So there's Bulbapedia basically has this very big list of naughty words that you can look up, and in various languages too. So I was even able to look at various languages and just see if, even if there wasn't a word in like English that was bad, I was able to kind of, you know, say if it wasn't like on the English one, but I was like, oh, that's an interesting idea. Like it'd sort of be like, oh, I could see someone going down that path of naughtiness, I'm gonna ban this word, kind of thing. Yeah, so I kind of used that list to it's very interesting, and I'd recommend. I mean, that's the thing, if you're interested in it, it is quite interesting to look at, seeing like what kind of stuff they consider. But here's the thing, they were a bit too egregious in their implementation of the lists, and basically it meant that if you caught a Yamask and you evolved it into a Cofagrigus, if you were trying to trade a Cofagrigus online, you couldn't trade it without changing its nickname, and that's all I'm gonna say. You can figure out the rest for yourself. But yeah, so it was a bit too, the list was almost a bit too good, but that's why I kind of wanted to use it for my own streams. So yeah, so anything I hadn't thought up that was on this list, I like typed it in as well, and then I looked through the other languages and kind of were like, if that is kind of relevant to like the English language, or if there's like some kind of through line of naughtiness that translates into English, I'm going to ban that as well. And so that's kind of what I did. So yeah. Oh, Xander got it. Oh, Platinum, you got ketchup, chips, and Pepsi. Very nice. Okay, 2, 4, 6, 8. Is this Chippy Bolo great? It's pretty great. Oh, and a light screen. So we've got it burned, and we've got a light screen up. Okay, this is pretty good then. Okay, here comes the dig. Well, no, here goes the burying for the dig. Yeah, you're going to be up in a few minutes, Platinum, so don't go. Well, no, wait, you're going to be doing Solgaleo. So actually no, but we might have you in a few minutes, okay? So like, just heads up, like be ready in a few minutes, okay? Because we're on the boss now, so make sure you're ready. Okay, so right, so that is our 3 max Knuckles done and dusted Kips and Custard. Yes, quick before the hyena comes. I forgot to say that. Okay. Right, I'm gonna Sacred Sword. Actually, can I just check? Do we still have... Okay, I do have my attack boost. Nice. I'm gonna Sacred Sword. And then... Yeah, okay. On Lara, what we'll do then is we'll do Solgaleo next, and we'll do Heatran third. Because, like, Kevin's here, and is only here for an hour. So, Kevin, like... I wouldn't want to make Kevin do a Heatran and make you not do a Heatran. And, like, if Platinum's here and if Kevin's here and they both want to do Solgaleo, and then we can get someone else doing Solgaleo, and then... So it's all going to work out. This is all good. Okay, there's the brick break. Okay, did this thing, like, get rid of our stat changes or something? Why is, like, everything doing hardly any damage? Okay, it did get rid of everything. So I looked at chat there for, like, a second too long. And right, keep attacking, though, everyone. Keep attacking. I'm going to just change my water up. Because today's my fast food Friday, which means, like too much salt Friday, which means I'm incredibly thirsty Friday. Also, if the way I inflected those words there was very SpongeBob episode 1. Like, da-da-da, Mr. Squidward. I want my mummy, Mr. Squidward. But anyway, bark. Okay, dig. Quick before the hyena come. Oh no, Dragon Pulse. Ah, no. If you got Fire Pledge, use it. But like, okay. Right, here we go. This should be the last turn. Okay, 2, 4, 6, 8. Is this Jiffy Bulldog great? It healed us! Woo! Oh, I really needed that extra water. Okay, here's Flash Cannon. I got Jack in the Box because currently at Jack in the Box you can get a really good deal. On their app you can get 2 for $3 chicken sandwiches, and they're pretty big. So you can get these 2 chicken sandwiches for $3, and then you can get like 2 tacos for 99 cents. And then it's free fries Friday, so you can get like a large curly fries for free. So it's like a lot of food for like $4. So that's my strategy. If you have the Jack in the Box app, I recommend you use it. Okay, Team 1, excellent job, well done. We did it! So stars and sparkles and stars, get those emojis in. And please, if you haven't already, like the video. I'd super duper appreciate it if you hit that thumbs up button, tap it, click it, like it. Some of the metrics on likes and views have been a bit lower in like the past week or so, if you can, just hit that like button. It just helps out immensely, and I appreciate it so much. Okay, we'll do our patented double shiny check, and then we'll see how this goes. So, luckily, and let me know if you get any shinies. Oh, none for Kieran. Oh. Okay, so Kangaskhan would be greenish. That's not shiny. Mantine would be a different kind of blue or something. I can't remember. Not shiny. But these final 2, I don't have as shiny. Okay? So these 2 I don't have as shiny. So will we get the Red Doublade? Oh, it's a no. But will we get the Minty Boy himself, Dialga? No. Okay, well, that's up. Okay, so anyway, Bark. But let's just quickly check the Galar symbol. No sparkles there, no sparkles there, no sparkles there, and no sparkles there. I'm going to go for Mantine just because I don't think I've gone for a Mantine. I don't know. And okay. So... so has anyone joined in? Can I just ask, has anyone joined in who has not played at all today other than Platinum and Cheese? If there's anyone else, let me know. But otherwise, like Kevin, do you want to join in for this Solgaleo? Just because I know you need Solgaleo, right? I mean, if I'm wrong about that, let me know. But we can get you in on another one, Kevin, if like no one else is here, and then because normally we sort of like the last couple of times we've like had you skip Heatran and do Solgaleo, so I'm used to having you do Solgaleo. But is there anyone else apart from Cheese and Platinum who has not yet played today, who wants to play today, who's here to play today? Because otherwise we'll have Platinum, Cheese, and Kevin for Solgaleo. So, like, going once, although there's, like, a 10-second delay. Going twice, I mean, I should wait a bit longer because there's a 10-second delay. But that's the thing. As long as Kevin's not kicking anyone out, then let's get Kevin in on, like, the Solgaleo, just because we've kind of have Kevin do Solgaleo usually. We kind of, like, mixed everything around a bunch today. Oh, Skywatcher, would you like to do Solgaleo? Okay, well then, Kevin, tough luck. No, I'm kidding, but no. But we'll have Skywatcher then, in which case, and then, okay, so we're gonna have Platinum, Cheese, and Skywatcher with Kevin on standby. Okay, so that's the plan. But we'll get into this quickly. Yes, Clan Fandango. I want to remember where Dialga was. And then, so, please make sure you are connected on the Ycom. And then talk to the Dynamax Adventures lady. And then, well, I mean, Kevin did, in fairness, just get to play on the Dialga team. So Kevin would have got to have played twice. But then again, there probably are going to be other people who get to play twice as well. But it's okay, though. There will be plenty of Solgaleo chances, I am sure. He says before finally getting the Mountain Dew Code Red Solgaleo. Okay, so here we go. So we're going to say yes, please, to a Dynamax Adventure. And then we are going to... You guys are going to select anything is fine. I am going to select Solgaleo. And then we're going to do our Dynamax Adventure. And then, once we're on the screen with all the pink screen, I'm going to say pink screen because I like the pink screen. Once we're on the pink screen, we're going to get our link code. We're going to go 2009 and then 0437. That's 2009 for 0437. There we go. And that is the code. But no, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, I said earlier I might like allude to a swear later. I'll tell that story now. So okay, so there's Platinum, and then we just need Cheese and Skywatcher. There's Cheese. And there's Skywatcher. Nice. So Solgaleo is weak to Ground, Fire, Dark, and Ghost. Okay, so Ground, Fire, Dark, and Ghost. Just keep those move types in mind. I don't really know defensively, like electric types can be pretty good. They're better here than they are for Dialga, that's for sure. So electric electric's like a good kind of neutral type sort of thing, but yeah. So yeah, okay, these are not great choices. I'm gonna go with Copperaja because it has Body Press, which is not that great against Solgaleo, but it's something at least. These aren't the best options presented to us. Kevin, if you're back in 2009, can you go warn your past self about 2016? Only if you then warn yourself about like 2020 and probably just all the years between like 2016 and now, let's face it. But yes, you can. But you have to reassure yourself that you're going to get yourself a shiny Heatran out of all of it. Okay. So Rhydon is both weak to Solgaleo and strong against it. So yeah, these are... Oh, okay. Let's see what we got. Okay, we've got Galarian Weezing on the right. There's a big Wailmer at the end there. But let's see. Okay, we do have a Grapploct, but again, fighting is weak against it. These are... is that like Unpheasant on the left? I mean, I need a shiny Unpheasant. Yeah, guy. Okay, and then there's a Pincurchin at the end. I'm thinking maybe go on like the left path, but I don't know. Because like, at least, I think Grapploct... Does Grapploct have a dark move? It has a cool shiny. That's all I know. You don't think your past self would believe what happens in 2020? I mean, it's pretty wild. It's pretty wild. Honestly, though, here's the thing that I think is wilder about 2020. It's how quickly we've gotten very, like, nonchalant about 2020 already. Like, that's the thing for me that, oh, look, base power 140. I'll take that. that's the thing about 2020 for me that shocks me the most. I don't think it's like how... I think if you explain to myself, like, the me from like 4 years before 2020, I think would be less shocked about like that happening than hearing, oh, but like 4 years later, like no one will like really care about it, or we'll have sort of been like impacted by it, but we'll sort of be impacted by it, but not affected by it, if that distinction makes sense. I know that's not like quite the correct use of language, but we'll have all like been impacted by it, like things like our social skills, or, you know, like introvert versus extrovert and stuff like that. Like, you know, it will have had these long-lasting impacts on us. Oh gosh, that was a powerful drain punch. It will have had these like big, powerful impacts on us, but we like kind of like won't really acknowledge them, and we'll kind of just like ignore it and forget about it and stuff. Maybe lightly joke about it every once in a while, but I don't. It's a weird thing. It's a weird thing. It's like, don't row past me. One day soon you'll get to catch a shiny Heatran with Bo. Who is Bo? The person who keeps stealing, who we keep stealing shinies from. I mean, Kevin, you've had like, have you had 3 or 4? Because I've had like 7, and it's just one of those things where, statistically speaking, I play like 2 to 4 times, like 2 to 3 or 4 times as much as you, anywhere between like 2 to 4 times as often as you do, and yet you've got like, you know, half the shinies I've got. 4, yeah, I've had 7, so you've got over half the shinies, and yet sort of statistically speaking, for every 4 Dynamax Adventures I do, you'll only do like 1 or 2 of them, kind of thing. So it is, your luck has been pretty wild. Your luck has been pretty wild, but you deserve it. You deserve it. So, oh, cheese. By the way, wondering, is Bo short for anything? No, it's not. I know there could be some people who could say, oh, is it short for like Beauregard or something? And maybe as like, maybe like, I don't know, maybe that was like the original name, like, you know, centuries ago, and then people kind of got called Bo, and then the Beauregard got forgotten. But I am just Bo, like, I'm baptized Bo, and Bo's my name. It's not short for anything, it's not long for anything, thank goodness. That'd be weird. But yeah, it's just Bo, B-E-A-U. Just that's my name. Like, the long and the short of it, just B-E-A-U. But that was a good question, I like it. So yeah, so Skywatcher, you want to keep the Skywatcher, I would say you want to keep the Rhydon. Bouffalont does have superpower, so it is pretty good. Miltank does need to switch, so I imagine like almost anything is better than the Miltank. Oh, thank you, Tenchi. And then I know Bo is long for Bo. I mean, basically Skywatcher it is. I mean, that was kind of one of the things I was thinking. It's kind of, it's a very, I mean, I don't blame people for like getting my name wrong, because basically my name is B followed by 3 vowels, none of which are the actual vowel sound that those 3 vowels make together. Like, it just doesn't, you know, it's all just like extra letters kind of thing. But yeah. Okay. So yeah, Grapploct is weak to Solgaleo, so just keep that in mind. But it is still kind of more useful than the Miltank. But yeah, there is a backpacker here, and I think this is Unpheasant, which I don't have a shiny, so I think that might be good just for the backpacker. And then we could go for like the Pincurchin, or there is Combuskin. Oh, Combuskin. We could go for Combuskin. Although Combuskin is weak to the psychic moves as well, but it at least does have super effective fire moves, so we can kind of decide on whether we want like offense or defense. But I am tempted to go with a Bright Powder. I like going for the Bright Powder for the defensive reasons, but I mean, hey, it could be short for Bowtie. Bowties are cool. So yeah. When you have an X in your name that makes a Z sound. I mean, my name as well. My name could have an X at the end of it, and also that could be a superfluous letter as well, B-E-A-U-X, and it would still be you know, it'd still be Bo. But yeah, I was at a voiceover convention a decade ago, and there's another voice actor called Bo Weaver, who I don't know how many of you guys would know Bo Weaver. Maybe some of you who are a bit older or like older things would know Bo, but you guys are a bit younger, so you'd know this Bo. I'm doing a thumbs gesture at myself. So there's Bo Weaver, there's me, and then there was this guy there who his surname, I'm guessing that like his name had like, I'm guessing he must have sort of had like family in like Louisiana or like kind of Cajun type area, because his surname was Bobo. He was Jim Bobo, and it was like Beaubeaux, and I sort of said to Jim Bobo, I was like, I really want to get a picture of you, me, and Bo Weaver, and so we can have like Bobo and Bobo. But yeah, so oh, your friend keeps pronouncing my name B and then telling it's Bo. Well, I mean, given the characters I play, B is not, you know, entirely surprising. On Lara, you're back. You made it. Looks like you made it. Nice. Well, you're here just with plenty of time, so don't worry. Just relax. And then, yeah. Okay. Oh, nice. And then Flash Cannon. And then hopefully Unpheasant is paralyzed. Oh, okay. Speaking of Unpheasant, this is a good tangent. Austin John Plays. I think I've mentioned him. I'm a big fan of his channel. I don't know if any of you guys know his channel. He does like all kinds of... He sort of like does a bunch of Nintendo games, kind of primarily Pokemon, but I wouldn't want to like limit him to just being a PokeTuber, but his Pokemon content is like his most successful content. But usually when like a big Nintendo game comes out, he'll do loads of guides about like breaking down mechanics and how to do, you know, certain things and stuff like that. They're very helpful, and he's very good at them. And one of the things he does is every time there's a 7-star raid in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, he'll kind of tell you, oh, okay, Unpheasant isn't a great switch. It like really can't do anything to Solgaleo. Like Grappaloct would have been better, but okay. So he does these breakdowns on 7-star raids, and he did one for Skeledirge yesterday. So do we want Combuskin for the berries, and maybe so Platinum can switch for it? But yeah, because Platinum is definitely going to need to switch here. You would have been okay with Grappaloct, but you are going to need to switch. If not you, then Cheese for sure. But again, Cheese is going to get some health here. Oh no, because Cheese has like Lash Out, right? Buffalant has like Lash Out. I said Superpower earlier. We're not going against Heatran or Dialga. We're going against Solgaleo. But it does have a Dark move, right? But anyway, Austin John. So he did a video about the 7-star Superior, which is it's quite easy to beat. It's quite tricky. It's got a few interesting countermeasures. But if any of you have like an unaware ability Skeledirge, where you just use Torch Song, like over and 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 over. If you have a Skeledirge like that, it can beat the Superior. You might need to like do it a second time if you get a bit unlucky. Like it might take a second attempt or a different team of ally Pokemon or whatever. But basically my trick for it, using my just like bog standard Skeledirge set, is just use Torch Song over and over until you get KO'd. Like let it KO you, because it will suppress your ability. So like once it suppresses your ability, it's like just let it KO you. Like just keep attacking with Torch Song until it KOs you. And then once you're revived and brought back to life, Terra into your Terra Fire type, and then just use Torch Song again and again and again and again and again. And that kind of should be enough. Like you can win it solo with that. So anyway, he like tried a Skeledirge. It didn't like work out. Hey, my Bright Powder worked. So he tried a Skeledirge, it didn't work, and then he had a Delphox strategy, which, although he got a bit lucky because the Superior didn't use Gastro Acid, and I do think that would have changed things a little bit, but I don't think it was too detrimental. But I do think it played into, it did affect like how the battle he did on camera turned out. But anyway, but I just put a comment saying like Skeledirge does work, but make sure you Terra like after you faint. And anyway, someone else sort of said, oh, if you switch items, if you use the like ability there's like an item you can have, the ability shield, that prevents your ability from being like cancelled out in any way, or at least from other abilities. So we'll just see if Platinum does definitely go for this. Oh, okay. Well then, Cheese, this is yours. Cheese, take the Combuskin. Cheese, you can take the Combuskin. Are you going for it, Cheese? Cheese, 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 Cheese. Okay, good. I actually did press. I wanted to switch there, and it didn't let me, so good thing you pressed it. Okay, sorry. That was a close call. I don't know why Platinum didn't switch there. But anyway, we are here at the Solgaleo. Kevin, thank you so much. I appreciate it. See you around. See you this weekend. No, Platinum, no. If you can Dynamax, do not Dynamax. That is like that'll be like an instant, well, not an instant loss, but that'll just slow us down so badly. You are like the worst Pokemon to Dynamax here. Definitely like Rhydon, Combuskin, or even myself are kind of like the best ones, I would say. But yeah, okay. Thankfully, Platinum's not the one who can Dynamax. Flying, because again, this Unpheasant is terrible against Solgaleo. It's literally going to be able to do like nothing against it. Like when you have a Pokemon that has like not very effective moves, that's one of the times you don't Dynamax. Okay, who did that go against? Oh, Combuskin! No, Combuskin. Okay, Tailwind is like the one thing that Unpheasant can do, which is good. It definitely could come in handy. But yeah. Okay, I am going to use an Eye Defense here just to get my body press up or whatever. I just want it because there's no point in using body press without at least one Dynamax. But yeah, there we go. Max Quake will help. Whoa, that had to have been a crit, right? That must have been a crit. That did so much damage. Wait, hang on. Was that not a crit? Wow, that wasn't a crit. Dang, that was just really powerful. Good golly gosh. Yeah, I'm so glad Rhydon was the one to Dynamax. Okay, there's Taunt. If it tries another Noble Roar, then this will be really, really funny. Oh my gosh, it actually did it! It actually tried to... Oh my gosh, I can't believe it actually tried to go for a second Noble Roar. This is the weakest Solgaleo we have ever battled against. Okay. I don't know what's happening here. I don't know why this thing, like, just doesn't want to attack us. Oh no, it's getting dead. Okay, oh no, here it comes, here it comes. Sunsteel Strike. Okay. Right, I'm just gonna body press again, because a third Max Quake is gonna KO this. If we just all attack it, if we all just attack it, then this would be fine. Here's a dual wing beat. One hit, ha ha ha, two hit, ha ha ha. Okay, there we go. And then here comes the Fire Pledge and the body press. Again, I am largely here just to like tank hits. Ooh, okay, that's okay. And then oh no, the defense just went up, so that means that, oh no, oh, this last Max Quake isn't gonna do it. Unless you do get that crit. Unless you do get that crit. Come on, get the crit, get the crit, get the crit. Oh, so close. Okay, but it is getting desperate, so it is going to start using 2 attacks now, so... Oh, we'll have to see how this goes. Here's Sunsteel Strike. Okay, I'm glad it did that and not Zen Headbutt. But, dang. Okay. Chris, hi. Welcome. I know we're so close. We're so close. Okay, fire pledge. Can we get a fire pledge? Yes. Is that enough? That looks like it's enough, right? Yes. All right. Well done, Team 2. Team 2, you were not poo. Excellently done. So stars and sparkles, sparkles and stars. Get those emojis in, and then we'll take it from there. Oh yeah. But basically, so I said, like, the bog standard Skeledirge does work. It's just the main thing is you want to use your Terra at the right time. At the right time. And then this person sort of said, like, oh, you can use the ability shield item instead. And I was like, oh yeah, you can do that. It's just that, you know, you would have to be more careful of your health that way than if you're using the more offensive, like, Shell Bell set. But yeah, that's like an equally good, like, basically both those options are, like, really, really good. Like, just offensive time your Terra right Shell Bell, or like using the ability item. Because with the ability item as well, it means that, like, the superior, like, lowers your evasion. And so if you don't faint, it means that you keep the lowered evasion as well. So it's not just about the ability. It helps out with that as well. But anyway, then this person, like, kept arguing with me, even though I was saying, oh, that's, like, a good idea too. It's just, you know, like, and then they said, well, no, it's fine if you have, like, max special defense. It's like, okay, but mine doesn't have max special defense, and, like, you know, I don't want to, like, change mine up just for, like, one battle. It's like, the one I have already works as long as I do the Terra at the right time. That's it. Like, you can solo it, you know? But they kept, like, arguing back with me, and I kept saying, like, no, like, your idea is fine. And then they said, like, oh, fine, I can't help you. It's like, I wasn't asking for help. I was just helping other people who may have tried Skeledirge as well, or, like, they didn't have anything to beat this thing with it, or if they don't want to train up a new Pokemon, I'm like, hey, this one you probably already have, like, can and does work. You just need to time it right. That's it. You know, it was just such a weird interaction. So no shinies, no shinies, no shinies. Okay, we just beat a boss, so like the video if you haven't already. And let's do a patented double shiny check. So Grapploct is not red, Unpheasant is not purple or green or whatever it has, Combuskin is not a darker color, and Solgaleo is not Mountain Dew Code Red. What the heck, man? I'm getting the Unpheasant. But the reason I mentioned Austin John, because it's like, hang on, you said, like, tangent. How did you get onto Austin John? It was like, how did you get onto Austin John? It's because one of my favorite things about Austin John is he doesn't say Unpheasant. I don't know if it's just he doesn't realize it's a pun, or whether at this point he's, like, committed to the bit, but he, like, says Unpheasant. But he always, like, says the un with this, like, real gusto. He doesn't just say Unpheasant. He's like Unpheasant, and it's always like something's, like, shot up his, it's like he's had, like, a load of gas go up his bum instead of out of his bum, and he's like Unpheasant. It just makes me laugh every time. Okay, so I'm gonna get the Unpheasant, and there we go. Oh, I just realized I don't think I actually did my patented double check there. Like, I actually didn't check the Galar symbols there, but they weren't shiny, so it's fine. But that's why you do the double check. Like, you have to do the double check because you can miss stuff. I got distracted by talking about Unpheasant. Platinum, bye. Thank you so much. I'll see you around. Okay. So, oh yeah, if you're able to vote this November in the USA, please register to vote and vote, okay? It's very important. Okay, chat, here's what I need you to do. Could you, Arcanine for Pulse Effects. Yes, Santa. Like, he's a funny one. He does, like, a bunch of, like, funny, like, deliberate mispronunciations that are very good. I love that his channel recommended one of my streams. Okay, so here we go. So here's my question. to you guys. Could you please write strike and then the number of times you have played today, please? If Chris is if Chris wants to play, then Chris can be a 0, and just let me know. We're gonna do Heatran next. We'll do Heatran and then a wild card. So if anyone, like if Chris is here, but it's like, oh, I have Heatran, we'll put you on the wild card and like let me know. Oh, and Onlera's here, so obviously, because yeah, Onlera is here and is back now, so we'll get Onlera in on the in on the shenanigans. So Onlera can be the sort of team 3. Ooh, that's weird. Ooh, that gives me that makes me shudder. Ooh, like Onlera and team 3. What the heck? And then okay, Cheese is 1, Kayla's 1, Kieran's 1. Okay. M&J TV's Arcus. Yes, exactly, Sky Archer. But yeah, the Arcanine, Arcus. Oh, Cat's going nuts outside. I may have to deal with him in a sec. But yeah, Chris, do you have a preference between Cat's going nuts. I really might have to. Chris, do you have do you like have Heatran? Because I feel like you might have Heatran already. But like, let me know and we'll do whatever. Let me just check between everyone's. Hang on. Kieran, Kayla, Onlera, Chris, Cheese. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put Kayla in the wild card. And then hang on, Kieran, Kayla, Onlara, Chris, Cheese. I'm just gonna do that, and then why don't I do something like this? Okay, so here's what I'm thinking, Abraham Lincoln. You don't have a preference. You already got all the shiny exclusives on your save file. Oh, dang, Chris, I actually don't think I realized that. I'm sorry. That sucks. Okay, so how about for Team 3, for Heatran, okay, so like sort of, or like not Team 2, Team 3, but like, okay, but for Heatran, why don't we have Onlera, Chris, and Kieran, if that sounds good, and then for the wild card, we'll have Kayla, Skywatcher, and Cheese, unless like anyone comes along and something like that. Does that sound good? I think that's like the 6 people who are around and available and here to play and who wrote Strike, and that kind of fits in with who can do Heatrans and stuff like that. So does that sound good? Okay, so Team Not 3, or Team Not 2, I'm going to call you Team Not 2. Team Not 2, Onlera, Chris, and Kieran. This is for Heatran. You're going to talk to the Dynamax Adventure lady. You're going to say yes, please. And then you're going to say anything goes. Anything is fine. I'm going to select Heatran. And then we're going to do this. And then on the pink screen, we're going to set up a code. We're going to go 2009 and then 5004. There we go. And that should just about do it, I think. He says trying not to hiccup. Okay. So we don't have anyone on standby or anything. Because hopefully we don't need it. Because you guys are all here and you're being good and well behaved and everything. So there we go. Hey Bo, out of curiosity, would you ever stream on Twitch? Unlikely. It would only be if something went wrong with YouTube. The thing is, I sort of simultaneously don't really know Twitch much, / don't really like Twitch from the little I have seen of it, and I just really like and know YouTube. So I like YouTube. The reason I started out on YouTube was because I was only streaming like once per week, and so back in those days I would and there's Chris. Back in those days I would stream once per week, and then people would have like a whole week to watch the replay and stuff like that. Whereas now it's like the whole watching the replay thing is a bit less important. So in that regard, like Twitch kind of would almost be better for me right now, but I've already got like my YouTube following, and we seem to be getting some good growth here, so it's not seeming to impede me too much. But okay, ground, fighting, and water are the way to go. Ground being the best, and then water and fighting being the best after that. You guys know that, and you also know what type of move do we never, ever, ever getting back together use against a Heatran. Hang on, there is a hair on my microphone. I'm going to go for Politoed because of the rain. And I have found my Pokemon that I will be keeping throughout this whole endeavor. So there we go. Ooh, Mud Slap. But yeah. So I don't know who's going to use what here, but... But yeah. No, if I ever did, like, switch to Twitch or anything, I would not expect, like, I don't know, Xander or anyone to have to, like, learn Twitch if they didn't know it or anything like that. Okay. Oh, Silicobra on the, well, or Sandaconda on the right, and then Lairon on the left. I do need shiny Lairon, but we'll go with the ground types. And then there's a Hitmontop on the right. Hitmontop's good. Oh, and then there's Diggersby. So should we go... like Sandaconda, Hitmontop, Diggersby? Does that sound good? Doesn't really matter too much who's going to switch for what. Obviously, just keep some of that order in mind, but Twitch modding is actually so much better than YouTube. I mean, I imagine it probably is. I imagine just Twitch is better for streaming generally, but I like the replay system of YouTube more, and I like that YouTube. The thing about Twitch is I feel it's a bit, I don't know. With Twitch, you either have to be going on it. For Twitch, I feel like you either have to be going on it more for a specific person, or you just have to kind of really aimlessly not know what you want, or something like. I don't know. Like, I can't really imagine kind of like not like going on Twitch and like. If I didn't have something specific I want, like when I go on YouTube, I have like a general bunch of things that I kind of know I'm looking for. Like, so I watch like a lot of political content, so I'm like, oh, what have my political peeps uploaded? Or if it's like, you know, there's like one like food YouTuber I follow who posts like Thursdays and Saturdays. So I'll be like, if it's a Thursday or a Saturday, I'll be like, oh, today's the day my Thursday and Saturday passing goes. And I know with like Twitch, it's a little bit like, you know, it's like, well, no, but people have schedules and stuff like that. You know, like they stream at a particular time on particular days. You know, that's what I'm doing. But like, but it's still one of those things where it's like, but I don't know, like, I like having like more of a complete story with thing. I don't know, like, I like just watching like 10-minute videos. I don't really like dipping in and out of the middle of big long things. Like, I'm just not really much of like a stream watcher myself. That's why like I quite like this stream, because it's like you can watch an individual Dynamax battle or Dynamax adventure, sorry, and then you can hop on out kind of thing. You know, you can participate in one and then leave. Make like Harry McIntyre and get the puck out of here. That's an example, by the way, of one of those things where when it is why these streams are like both 18 but family friendly. The Harry McIntyre joke. I'm sorry to include Harry McIntyre in this. Harry McIntyre is probably like, dude, leave me out of it. But yeah. You can upload VODs to YouTube afterwards, but almost anyone basically, I feel like if you're going to do that, you may as well stream on YouTube. That's like a strong thing I very much believe. Like, I don't really see anyone who does that have a whole load of like views on their like VODs kind of thing if they just upload them afterwards. Whereas if you do a stream on YouTube and then you have it up afterwards, that gets a lot more views and stuff. But But yeah, so there are like pros and cons to it. It's just like I just have a personal preference for YouTube, and I just don't really, as a viewer, I don't really watch. Like I've only watched Twitch a handful of times in my entire life, whereas like I go on YouTube like all the time every day. So yeah, boom, baby. I mean, admittedly, a lot. Again, if I had only started these strike streams now, if I had only just started them now, then I like absolutely probably would have been like, right, I better learn Twitch kind of thing. But at the time when I started, I had the whole, I'm gonna do once a week. I want people to be able to catch up on the VODs. And that is kind of like better for YouTube. Like Zach was streaming on YouTube. You know, now he's like not, but that's just because he's like not streaming because he's too busy. But you know, it's just funny that if I were making the decision now 2 years later, like if I was doing this, I would like from scratch, but like I was doing these Dynamax adventures, I would have hopped on Twitch. But like, but because I already had YouTube going, it's like, well, I'm going to stick with YouTube because I already have an audience here and stuff like that. And honestly, it's something that's paid off well. A lot of people who started off on these strike streams were just my usual viewers. But then in the past few weeks, we've had like a whole bunch of people who have no idea who I am as a voice actor. They just like shiny hunting and Dynamax Adventures and are here to watch me as like a Pokemon Dynamax Adventure guy. So which is very funny. So yeah, that's kind of my very waffly answer to that. But would you ever do shorts on some of your streams? I have turned some of my... I have, like, taken clips from streams and turned them into shorts. They do okay. It kind of depends on the short and stuff, but yeah. Oh, wait, when did Sarah go to Twitch? When did Sarah go to Twitch? Yeah, this Sandaconda's like annoyingly bulky. But it's fine because like once we switch out our bad Pokemon, it'll be fine. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I was very confused then. I was like, wait, Sarah left YouTube? Like that's one heck of a birthday surprise. Yeah. And I think YouTube probably like a good fit for her or whatever. Okay. So 2, 4, 6, 8. Is this Chiefy Bull or great? Ooh, yes. Okay, we got some healing. Okay, we got that healing. It's like a healing, really. Okay, let's see. Round. Okay, we did it. Oh my gosh. Oh my good golly gosh. Right. So Munchlax, Heliolisk. I would say probably Heliolisk or something like that. But I would say Heliolisk is probably the better thing to switch for. Yeah, I imagine it was probably Zach. I'm not sure if Erica had quite switched at that point or not. But Zach was definitely the reason why a lot of people do YouTube. But yeah. Okay. Nice. And then, I mean, Heliolisk does benefit from my rain, sadly, but, here's the reason why I think Munchlax should wait until... Oh, okay. Okay, Munchlax isn't great for this Hitmontop. But here's my thinking, Abraham Lincoln. Here's my thinking. If Munchlax does have super effective moves against Diggersby, so that's like my thinking for this. Because Heliolisk would have been weak to Hitmontop as well. I suppose maybe Munchlax could have been the better switch. Just given it was the Hitmontop, and then Heliolisk could have switched after this, and then... But I think... But the thing is, Munchlax is better to have against both the Sandaconda and the No, wait, hang on. Does Munchlax have Ice Punch, or am I thinking... It has Fire Punch. Does it have Fire Punch, Thunder Punch, Ice Punch? What does it have? I can't even remember what Munchlax has. Okay. Because, yeah, I was thinking basically Raichu needs to go now so that we're not, like, we don't have Electric against Ground. Because either way in this match, we would have had some kind of fighting type against normal. So that's kind of why I'm like, oh, Munchlax could, like, wait for the end or something like that. We don't really have anything super effective against this, do we? Because I would use Helping Hand here, but I just don't know who to help. Oh, Gunk Shot. Okay. Okay. But Munchlax is still better against Digger's Bee than a lot of other things, so that's my... Oh, okay, we're not Dynamaxing. Ooh, okay, Triple Axel. Ooh, okay, that was a powerful first hit. I am not excited. Ooh, God, that's a powerful second hit. That's a powerful third hit. Oh my gosh. Oh, Scale... Okay, Scale Shot. I wouldn't have... Ooh. That's a bit risky because that will lower your defense. It's not a very powerful attack. I think a Scorching Sand would have been better just to try and get some burn on it. But we'll see how this goes. Because also as well, like, we don't need to worry about PP too much. Like, you need to worry about PP if you have 5 PP. But against a Heatran, like, 10 PP is definitely fine. I'm just going to Liquidation here, see if I can get a defense drop or whatever. And then we'll see how this goes. Okay. Right, Rising Voltage. That's good. Scorching Sands. Come on, get the burn, get the burn, get the burn, get the burn, get the burn. Ah, I didn't get the burn. Get the defense drop, get the defense drop, get the defense drop, get the defense drop. Okay, I didn't defense drop. Okay, well, at least it used that against me and not... Oh! Ooh, okay. That's interesting. We have said about that in the past, ironically. Okay, I am gonna just... Oh, gosh, okay. I'm gonna go big because no one else has. And I'm gonna hope that this does a lot more damage in the rain that's in Spain, that mostly falls on the plane, and we'll see how this goes. I was tempted, if I wasn't Dynamaxing here, I would have used Helping Hand to help out Raichu, because that Rising Voltage will be more powerful now. But we'll see how this goes. We'll see how this goes. What was I going to say a minute ago? Because I had like a tangent or a thing. Oh, I was going to say, so... please do forgive me if I do ever get repetitive with certain things, like with liking the video, or with like saying things like, I'm on strike and I'm a voice actor and I'm largely out of work right now, or whatever, right? Please do forgive me if I get repetitive. But I want to give this as an example. This is not me like chewing a person out or complaining about them or moaning about them. I completely understand how this happened, why this happened, and stuff like that, but it's precisely also why I do like say all these things like over and over and over and over again. But also why, like I said earlier, I was like, oh, I should probably say that whole I'm a voice actor thing in like the middle of the stream instead of like at the end. So like okay. Right, I'm going to max Geyser again, and then we'll see how this goes. I probably should have used a different move here, actually, but oh well. I think Raichu will get the job done, so it's fine. But I do want to say this, and if you do learn who this person is or anything, don't be mean to them or have a go at them or think any less of them. Again, I'm just saying this is an example of a thing. So, but like, I had a comment yesterday from someone who has been to several of these streams and has played along with us, right? So they haven't just like popped in for like 5 minutes. They've like played, you know, they've played with us. They've been on our team, right? They've Dynamaxed with us and everything. And okay, there's the rising voltage, nice. So yeah, I would say Raichu here for Hitmontop. That seems to be the play, I would say, and then we'll go into it. So yeah, someone who has watched more than one of the streams, and even played along with us, right? And I put like a, you know, I basically they had put a comment being like, oh, what strike? Like, what strike? Oh, sort of thing. Like they didn't know like what I sort of mentioned the strike recently in community, and they didn't know what I was talking about. And again, I know for a lot of you guys, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If I just say the strike or I'm on strike, okay, communicating, that's weird. But they didn't. I guess someone hasn't caught their Pokemon yet. So I hope I wasn't like too rude or anything in my reply, or it might have come across as a bit rude. Just by the nature of the written word being more rude sounding than our actual voices, but you know, I you know, I kind of had to explain, well, like, you know, it's a strike I talk about at the beginning of every stream. There's a voice actor strike. So it's the middle one, yes? There is a Slowking on the right, but I think the ×4 super effective is definitely way better. Remember, because Heatran does have these ×4 weaknesses, don't use any status or setup moves or anything. Just go for your ground type moves against Heatran, okay? Just go for your earth powers, drill runs, scorching sands, all that stuff when we get to Heatran, okay? Okay, let's get some good items, see what we've got. I'm going to go with an expert belt to really maximize my power. So, Grayson, hi, welcome. So... But yeah, but basically, after all this time, and someone who had even been on multiple streams, they didn't know about the strike. They were like, oh, you're on strike? And it was like, well, yeah, you know, that's why these are called the strike streams. It alludes to, you know, there's a big voice. And again, not that I expect people to know about, you know, the SAG-AFTRA video game strike for voice actors as such. But, you know, I call these the strike streams. I get people to say strike in chat. And, you know... And even with, like, all that, someone may not know, like, why I'm saying it kind of thing. So that's why I kind of say it, and that's why every once in a while, I do in the middle of a stream need to talk about the strike and how voice actors are largely not doing video game voiceover work right now. Yeah, you know, like, that's kind of where we are at as a community and as an industry and stuff. Because, yeah, so it's not the person's fault, because, again, they haven't joined in on every stream. They probably don't join in on the very beginning where I'm like, hey and hello there, everyone. Welcome. Like, where I, a voice actor, I'm currently on strike. Like, if you literally miss the beginning of every one of my streams, you don't hear me say that. But, you know, so if you don't, you know, so, but that's why it's, like, important for me to say it. And if I do suddenly start talking about it in the middle of a stream, that is the kind of reason why. Because someone who... you know, may not be at the, you know, if they miss the beginning of the streams, you know, they may not realize why we say strike every time we're trying to summon, you know, people to play with, why I call these the strike streams. They may not realize they're called the strike streams. They may just see the word Dynamax Adventures, like, in the thumbnail, in the title, and not look at the rest of everything. So... that's kind of why I say it. I hope I didn't come across as rude in the response, because I promise you, the way I was responding, I wasn't saying, that's why I call it the strike streams. That's not how I was saying. I was just like, yeah, like, you know, that's why I call it strike streams, and I say strike when I'm summoning people. But yeah, there's like a big video game voice actor strike. Voice actors aren't doing VO work right now, and I'm one of them. But like, video games is like how I've made all my money in voiceover this year. So... like, with the exception of, like, one really tiny gig kind of thing, basically, you know, so... But that is the reality of my situation for anyone who, you know, hasn't been watching all the streams and, didn't realize that, so that's why I say it, that's why, Okay, yeah, Grayson. We're good for a few minutes. Like, basically, we're going to be doing the wild card in a few minutes. So I'll do a calling in a few minutes to see who's around. And then if anyone is around, then we'll kind of get to it. So, Yuki, hi. Welcome, welcome. So, hi, Grayson. Hi, Yuki. You're making stuffed mushrooms. That's awesome. But welcome, welcome, welcome. But yeah, and funnily enough, Nightbot is putting in some stuff in chat there as well. So, but yeah. So, so there we go. Right. Right, so if we all just attack this thing, attack, there we go, nice. That's the nice thing about Diggersby. It's kind of like, if you've got super effective stab against it, it's quite easy to take out, but when you've got that, like, ×4 ground, that's, like, so useful. Okay, so Munchlax, switch for Diggersby. Munchlax, you need to switch for Diggersby. We definitely, absolutely, and definitely want the Diggersby. So, Munchlax take it, but if Munchlax doesn't take it, for the love of Nelly, someone else take it, okay? Okay. But, yeah. And then once, because, like, Munchlax take it, but, like, if Munchlax can't, then, you know, whatever, but, like, but Munchlax, go for the Diggersby. And then we're ready for a Heatran, basically. Okay. Oh, okay, yep. Well done on Lara. Thank you for, you know, I would, yeah. We need to see who's around Kayla, okay? So we won't get into that until we won't get into, like, you know, deciding things like the wild card until we actually know who's going to play in it. I know I did, like, preemptively assign a team, but I did also say I need to see who's around. And, like, for example, Grayson's here now. If Yuki wants to take a break from stuffed mushrooms and has everything required, you know. So, okay. So, let's do this thing. So, use your ground type moves if you got them. Don't use anything. Don't faff around with stat moves or anything. Just attack. Ground moves. Even I'm going to be using my ground moves, okay? So, and if you got Dynamax, do it. But I'm guessing Munchlax is the one that can Dynamax. I think, yeah, on Lara, I'm wondering if, like, Kieran has, like, put down their controller. And, like, that's what's going on here. We'll have to look at the avatars as well, just to see. Because, I mean, if Kieran's disconnected, the avatar will have a different name. But I feel like because it's taking, like, the full minute, this could be... I think this is what's... I think Kieran has, like, walked off. And so I think... This is why we can't faff around with stat moves, because if Kieran's not here, it means it's going to take, like, 60 seconds every time we select a move. So... So, no glaring, Chris. Just, you've got a ×4 super effective move. Please use it, for the love of Nelly. We cannot faff around with, particularly if, you know, Munchlax. If Munchlax is going to sit there and do nothing. Maybe Kieran's making one of those Can Luigi get a shiny in Dynamax Adventures without pressing a single button videos, but yeah. Okay. So, here's the heat wave. Luckily, thanks to the rain... in Spain, it's mostly on the plains. It did nothing, but okay. But this is why. Ooh, okay. That sand spit, not ideal. For some reason, I always thought. Okay, yeah. I think Kieran has, like. I think Kieran maybe has, like, left the building, but still has a stable internet connection. But we'll see how long. Hopefully, I hope Kieran's okay though. I hope nothing terrible has happened or whatever. I hope nothing serious has happened or scary, because that is very weird. But yeah, this is why we just need to, like, attack. Because yeah, we now have to wait like 60 seconds, and that is very concerning. Like, normally we're used to people not being here because of disconnects. rather than, you know, just like not playing the game kind of thing. Hopefully it's just like Kieran drank too much water and needed like the biggest pee ever. Okay, so here we go. Right, Gigantamax Anaconda. It's so cool. I missed this thing. Okay, so Diggersby. Yes, we did. We had that whole animation just for Diggersby to be like Diggersby. Okay, so we're gonna have to like wait a minute for this as well, probably. But yeah. Stars and Sparkles, Sparkles and Stars. We did it, everyone, with 3.5 people, I guess, kind of, whatever. So well done. Stars and Sparkles, Sparkles and Stars. Get those emojis in. And then we'll begin to set things up for Team 4. Please like the video if you haven't already. I am a voice actor. There is a big voice acting video game strike right now. I'm largely unemployed, and anything you can do to help boost the metrics of this channel, because this is kind of like my job now, just really, really helps. Recommend this channel to a friend, someone who has Dynamax Adventures. Yeah. So there we go. Okay, so let's do our patented double shiny checks. Wishing you guys all the very best of luck. I feel sorry if Kieran is going to miss out on the Heatran, if the Heatran like runs away because of not catching it, but no shinies for Chris. No shiny for Onlera's. But let's see how this goes. So Sandaconda, I think it would have yellow eyes, so that looks not shiny to me. Hitmontop would have like purple, but that is not a shiny. We'd get the Bugs Bunny Diggersby. That's not a Bugs Bunny. But will today of all days finally be the day that we get the magnificent, majestic, magenta-eyed Heatran? No! And yes, it kind of is like a big metal frog, sort of. It's kind of reptilian, with like a metal grill mouth, because it would kind of have that like Venusaur style hopping if it ran around. Okay, I'm gonna get a Hitmontop because they're annoying to get in the game, and because I've probably got all of these before. PM7 assured you he's a frog. Well, I mean, if PM7 says anything about frogs, then we have to go for it. It's the PM7 guarantee. Okay. Right, that's it for round 3. Oh, King Ceres, hello. Welcome, welcome. We're all doing pretty well, I would say. Not to speak for everyone, but the weather's getting a little bit gloomier here. It's a bit darker in here now than it was a few weeks ago. Okay. So, yes, Clam Fandango, we want to keep Heatran. Okay, so let's very quickly decide on a Team 4. Is there anyone here who is available? And when I say available, I do mean available. And willing... Oh, sugar, I just got rid of... Hang on, I can undo that though, can't I? So is there anyone here who hasn't played today, who wants to play... and is able to play? Write strike and the number of times you have played, and then we'll figure this out. We originally had Kayla, Skywatcher, and Cheese, but like if Grayson's here and wants to play, then we'll sub in Grayson for someone, and then we'll figure out. And let me know what tickets you have as well. I don't know who to have. If one of you needs to be kicked out, I don't know which one of you to kick out. I'm trying to think of who I have previously had to kick out and who I've given extra turns to in the past. And honestly, my brain is not remembering entirely how many and stuff like that. I feel like Cheese often volunteers to leave, so I kind of don't want Cheese to leave for that reason. But yeah. Oh, Skywatcher, you're going to the zoo. That sounds nifty. But yeah, but like Grace... Okay, so Grayson is here. Blacephalon, Yveltal, and Lugia. Okay, Grayson, would you like to host a Lugia raid in a minute? And then we'll Out of Skywatcher, Kayla, and Cheese, are there any of you who don't need a Lugia? I know the answer is going to be like, no, we all really want Lugia, and then that's going to make my choice a bajillion times harder. Because I know Kayla has Lugia, Cheese has Lugia, and then Skywatcher. I'm kind of wondering if hang on, I'm kind of wondering if Skywatcher doesn't have Lugia. Maybe I could let all the Lugia people play, but no, don't worry, Kayla. You did already say, so don't worry. You're good. You're good. I'm just waiting on Skywatcher. But Skywatcher's going to the zoo tomorrow, which probably means you can't play tomorrow. There's it. Oh, I don't know who to pick. I don't know who to pick. Oh, Asa, hi. Welcome. That's odd if you couldn't talk. If Asa now says, I'm here and would like to do a Lugia, that's going to make things even more complicated. Oh no, this is the last one, Asa. This is like the final one today, so if you're ready now, let me know, but otherwise I'm just going to proceed with the sort of the team we kind of are working towards. Okay, let's see. Okay, Cheese, if you don't mind stepping down, would that be... I feel bad, because I feel like you've sort of stepped down in the past. But maybe I'll try and sneak you in, like, tomorrow and on Sunday. Like, you know, you get double tomorrow and Sunday. Oh, okay. So Asa can't... Okay, so why don't we have Grayson instead of Cheese, and then... But then, Cheese, you get some dibs this weekend, okay? And remind me of that. Don't be polite about it. Okay. So for Team 4, this is the final team. Kayla, Skywatcher, Grayson. Grayson, you're going to give us a code in chat, okay? And let us know once you've done that, okay? So, who do I voice? Do you just mean generally or in a specific thing? I can't talk about a lot of my roles right now because of the video game strike, as you guys are like largely aware. But just remember, because I am on strike, I can't talk about my video games. But chat can probably tell you about a lot of my... So I will leave chat to tell you what my voice roles are. So Asa, look in chat to see... Chat can tell you like who I voice in various projects. Because, I mean, I can say stuff like I voiced Bashara in Beyblade, and stuff like that, but I don't want to accidentally say any video games, so it's easier for me to just let chat tell you, it's easier for me to let chat tell you, what projects I have voiced on. So chat, would you kindly tell Asa what a bunch of my credits are? List like 2 or 3 of my credits each. Sorry to be lazy. It's just I don't want to accidentally say anything because of the strike. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, everyone's ready. And there we go. I was gonna say, I didn't want to sound too rude, but it's like, but you can look on IMDb as well to find out a bunch of my roles if you're interested. I'm gonna go with Quack. No, I'm not. No, actually, no, I am gonna go Quack. Why not? I have to. It's Quack, so. Yeah, so if you look through, do note that there are specific things, like some things are referring to particular video games and some things are referring to other things. So, so again, because one of the characters listed has like multiple voices, and in different projects. So do just make sure. Okay, hang on, this is Lugia. So I mean, I want a shiny Beheeyem, which is actually a pretty good choice for a Lugia, but there is also a Skuntank on the right. I'm picking left because I was picking right because it was a ghost type and it has a ghost move. And then there was like a Beheeyem next to it, which is a good choice. So but Wailmer should be quite an easy thing to beat, so... Oh, so I forgot to even say. So, Lugia... so, basically, Lugia has... Lugia has, like, 5 moves. It has Psychic, Flying, Water... Dragon and Rock. In terms of what's super effective against it, there are a lot of things. There's like Ghost and Dark, there's like Electric and Ice, there's Rock, and then is there a 6th thing? I feel like there could be a 6th thing, but I can't think of it right now. But there's definitely like Electric, Ice and Rock, and then Dark and Ghost are the things it's weak against. So, because on the right there was a Gorgeist, which is a ghost type, so that's why I was trying to go to the right myself, because that does have like a ghost move. For one of the characters, I do understand if there are people who like didn't like, at least not at first, know the gender. But I would say from the look, I would say in like all the like voice appearances, at least the 2 that I'm aware of, it's both kind of like one of the voices is like non-binary and then the other's me. But even so, it's definitely the voice has always been more on like the mask side of things. But anyway, Wailmer, I don't really know why people picked Wailmer like specifically. I don't mean that as a criticism. I just mean I don't know what people were going for when they picked Wailmer. To my knowledge, I don't, unless it has an ice move, I don't think it has anything that's like good against Lugia. Yeah, no. So Wailmer's not like a good choice for Lugia, I would say. So I wouldn't really go for it. I went for Quagsire just because it's kind of bulky, and because it could like maybe get, you know, it could like help get an electric type. So that's kind of why I went for it. But I was thinking about like the Beheeyem, because this is a Skuntank in the middle, I believe, and that's a dark type, so that's pretty good. But Beheeyem would kind of resist it and have been super effective as well. And then, yeah, unfortunately, and then the Druddigon would have had Lash Out as well. So I mean, I do apologize because basically, rather selfishly, the path on the right both had like cooler things to get as shinies or things I need as shinies. But I do also think it would have had things that were like more super effective. But yeah. Was there a word missing in Xander's sentence there, or okay. Let's see. Asa, I don't understand what your question means. Yeah, again, I feel like you've missed a word there as well. Like, or there's something weird about your question there. I'm happy to try and answer your question, but the question you've put like doesn't make sense. But yes. Okay, let's have a look. Well, I mean, long hair isn't, like, exclusive to women. So, again, I don't know what your initial question is, but you say, like, something about long hair and women. I don't know, long hair isn't, like, exclusive to women. And I don't have long hair anymore. I did when I had the avatar made, but, like, I can't afford to, like, get a new avatar, because, again, I'm on strike right now, so I can't, like, afford anything that's not, like, food and rent. But yeah. But, you know, I had long hair because of the pandemic kind of thing. Like, we weren't allowed to go anywhere or do anything, so, like, my hair grew out. And then by the time things were a bit safer with the pandemic, I kind of needed to be careful of money because I had to get my green card. So I was like, well, I don't really want to spend a load of money, like, getting my hair cut. And obviously I still needed to be careful to, you know, stay healthy and everything. And then, yeah. And so that's kind of why I didn't get my hair cut. And then I finally got it cut this year when I, like, visited my family, because my family kind of wanted me to get it cut, and that's why I finally got it cut. And I'm probably never going to have it that long again. It very much was just a pandemic thing. Again, kind of going back to it, the pandemic was like a weird time where we're kind of going to just gloss over it, and it's kind of, like, we all, like, did things, like, the pandemic had a lot of stuff that we're, like, never going to do again, or that's never really going to be that way again. And, you know, like, again, I'm never going to, like, grow my hair out for, like, several years ever again. So, yeah. So, let's see. Okay. Right, so, but Skuntank is a dark type, so this could be a good switch either for myself or Vaporeon, I guess. And then what was the other thing we said we were going to go for after? Did we even say there was something after this we were going to go for? Because again, on the right-hand side, there was, like, some kind of, like, quite good choice, but I can't remember. I can't remember what they were now. Oh, Scorch, there's lightning outside your house now. Ooh, gosh. That's interesting. So yeah. But yeah, I'd say if you're one of the ice types, like, don't switch. And then there we go. Okay, so Kayla's gonna switch here. Nice. And then one thing the Skuntank actually could do is it could actually, like, use acid spray on the Lugia in theory, in game theory. But we'll see. Okay, Hatterene, just from general experience, like, it's sort of not, it's a great Pokemon, but not in this mode, but it could be easier to beat than the Clefable. Clefable could be a better switch, but, so I don't know, I'm just gonna pick okay, we did go for Clefable, because Clefable could be annoying to beat is the only issue, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah, no, when I talk about, like, ice moves, I do mean, like, offensive ice moves, like, obviously status moves, like, don't make an impact, but yeah. Yes, Cheese, I do kind of remember that. That was, like, a weird and funny thing. That was like a weird and funny thing. Yeah. I know it's weird to think this game is, like, almost 5 years old, like, in a month, in, like, 2 months. In 2 months, this game is going to be 5 years old. Pretty wild to think. So, yeah, again, Asa, I am happy to answer questions, but I don't know what you mean, so they put you off. Like, who is they? What do you mean, like, put you off means, like, discouraged from something, so I don't know what you mean you're saying like that question kind of means like someone like discouraged me from something, or turned me away from the idea of doing something, but I like don't know what that means. I need more information if I'm gonna like answer questions. I don't mean that to be rude, but I just mean that kind of doesn't make sense. And you do have to remember there is like a delay as well. So, you know, if I say something and then you type something, it can be like a minute before. So it's always good if anyone does have questions, it's good to like be specific and refer to specific things. If you just go, oh, how was that, or something, you know, it can be, I could be reading that like a minute later and I'm not going to remember like what you're talking about. So just a heads up. Well, again, that's the sort of, again, but I don't know what your question is about the, I mean, basically, I don't like generative AI. I don't like a lot of generative AI voice stuff. I like it as an accessibility option. So like for people who are like disabled, or for people who are like, you know, are like visually impaired. But I don't like it in like the arts and entertainment. Because in arts and entertainment, it's like, it's tacky, it's cheap, it usually exploits people. It's basically just done as like a money-saving tool, not as anything to actually make projects better, and it's just kind of done to exploit people and to rob them of money they could have had. And it just also as well, I was going to say this earlier actually, I did a post earlier about like Lionsgate AI, the movie company like Lionsgate have like sold off a bunch of their rights to their films for AI or something. They're gonna like they're working in conjunction with an AI company to, you know, and I've like given them their like library of films to train some AI or something. And it's just one of those things where that's terrible, and it's like people don't want to see AI movies. Like, don't get me wrong, they're like there's a different, I think something that a lot of these executives kind of confuse about AI. Say if you had a 1-year-old child and they did a drawing that was like really advanced for like a 1-year-old, right? So I want you to picture like a 1-year-old doing a drawing that you would say is really advanced for a 1-year-old. The drawing you're imagining still isn't very good, right? Like, the drawing you have, it's probably still not a very good drawing. But it's like, so if you saw that drawing, you would have these two thoughts about it. You would go, oh, that's good for a 1-year-old, but you would also be like, that's not very good. And that sort of thing. Like, but on a grander scale of things, you would say, oh, that's not very good. And that's kind of like what AI is like. It's never going to be like better than like the actual stuff we already have, and that's kind of the thing. It's just it'll be cheaper, and it will involve like, you know, stealing and exploiting people's hard work. Like, that's it. And it's not going to be better. And they're not going to pass those savings on to you. It's like if Lionsgate start making movies with AI, they're not going to sell movie tickets for like half price. You know, if anyone does actually go see them. I can't imagine the people who will go see them. Yeah, there might be a novelty. People might be like, okay, I'm going to see this movie because it's the AI-generated movie. But when the second one comes along, people are going to think, oh, that first one was terrible. So that's the thing. There's like a weird buzz about it. And don't get me wrong, it's very impressive that you can just type in something and say like, AI, show me a Lord of the Rings style this and that with Game of Thrones elements and a this and a that and a woman who does this and a man who does this. And it'll churn, the fact that it can churn up something that's not just kind of like showing a direct video clip there is something impressive about that. It's not good. It's not better than like actual Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones, and don't say and don't be like, well, except for Game of Thrones season 8. Like, no, even Game of Thrones season 8 or whatever, it's even better than that. But the point is that it's never gonna be like better, and you know. But again, the problem is that a lot of these executives, they don't care about making something good. That's the problem. They care about money, and you know, they'll try and exploit people and steal from people and stuff like that. I mean, you guys probably saw that headline from a few weeks ago where there was like one of the guys, wasn't it like one of the guys from like OpenAI or something, basically going to like British Parliament and saying like, we can't make money if we can't steal stuff. Like, and it's like, well then let's not venture any further forward with this then. Like, that's the answer. So anyway, so it's all very silly. Again, there's a weird buzz, but people are confusing, much the way that someone would look at a 1-year-old's drawing and go, oh, that's impressive. Like, okay, but it's like, it like, no offense to 1-year-olds and any of you who are parents, but like, your 1-year-old drawing isn't like actually good. You know, like if your like 4-year-old is very good at a sport, yeah, they're good at the sport for a 4-year-old, but they're not actually, like, your 4-year-old isn't going to beat Usain Bolt in a 100-meter dash. Like, I'll put it that way, right? Your 4-year-old might be faster than all the other 4-year-olds, but he's not faster than Usain Bolt. So, like, I know Usain Bolt's retired now, but you know what I mean. So, it's just like, so it's just kind of this weird thing where there's this weird buzz about it, but again, people are confusing, like, oh, that's impressive for, like, what it is. Like, oh, that's a neat trick kind of thing, with people confusing that's a neat trick with that's a good thing that is beneficial and helpful and a positive force for good, and, you know, it's just, so it's kind of a weird, silly thing. Yeah, he retired a few. I mean, I think he retired like back when I was in England, so that was like 6 years ago or whatever. But he could still outrun a 4-year-old. So yeah. No, we want to play aggressively, I would say, because this Lugia has so many moves that it's kind of a threat to like almost all of us. Hey, we won though, so that's okay. So yeah. Well done, stars and sparkles, sparkles and stars. Lovely. So yeah. But I was gonna say another thing as well, though. It's just one of those things where I've sort of said this before, but like, okay, thank you so much, Asa. Good night. Have a good, and thank you so much for joining in. Okay, so let's catch this thing and do our patented double shiny check, and then we'll kind of wrap up for the day. But, you know, I've said this before, you know, in addition to the accessibility features and stuff like that, I understand that there could be situations where doing a bit of AI to change a line here or there when someone's busy or unable to do something, you know, like, oh, the job is like 90% done or 99% done, but we just need to change this one little thing here or there. I understand that. I even understand about using it to change performances into other languages, maybe, right? Like, that's also a thing as well. You know, that one I'm less keen on, but I still understand it. Provided that it's paid well, kind of thing, that the money doesn't just go to the people at the top, that you don't just cut out dub actors, but anyway. But yeah, so, you know, I understand all that. I've talked about that before. That's not the point. But here's the thing. I would say, from, like, an audience point of view, say if you do go see a movie, say if it's, like, an animated movie, and it's got, like, animated elements in and stuff like that, and there's, like, AI voices in it and stuff. Like, say if it doesn't actually have, like, say if, like, the performances are all AI generated, right? So it's not just that, like, oh, they tweaked a thing here or there with AI. It's like, no, there were, like, no humans doing any voicing in this. why would you want to pay like $20 for that? Like, if you were going to, and I'm sorry, you know, to the union here, but like, but again, this is why I'm like, I hope the union doesn't like kind of roll over to AI, because the thing is, AI is something that needs to be shackled. It's not an exciting opportunity. It's something to be shackled, and the thing is that we as actors want to act, and you guys as an audience, like, paying money for stuff. Like, if you're seeing a movie or you're buying a game, and it's like, and voice acting's like a big and integral part of it, you want there to be some bloomin', you know, and this is where I sort of was going to say earlier, like sort of swearing, but some effing, like, sort of, you know, some actual acting in it. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're getting a movie done and it's like, oh, they're going through the actors union, like, and they have, you know, this is the actors union, they're doing it with the actors union, and they're making this movie and they're charging you $20 to go see it, there better be some acting in it, okay? Like, there would actually better be some humans doing some acting, because what the heck are you paying for if not? Like, you know, like, oh, they're gonna steal a load of stuff, like, you know, it's like, but again, like, but particularly with like the Actors Guild, like, I don't think, you know, again, I think if there is a project that is union and there are like performances that are like 0% human performance, then I think we as a union have failed. Because with the acting union, how can you have a project that's gone through the acting union that has no acting in it? Do you know what I mean? So it's gotta, yeah, so it's gotta be used for like accessibility things, like medical stuff, little tweaks here and there, and then as well as cheese ads as well, and all with consent, and like separate consent, not consent that's snuck into your basic contract, like, oh, hi, would you like to work on this video game? Yes. Aha, now that you've signed on this, we can AI you, or we can AI you. No, it needs to be, you begin working on a project, something happens, like, do you want to AI, if anything happens to you, could we AI to fill in, or blah blah blah, but like as a separate thing. But anyway, that's my kind of thing. But anyway, but I think if something goes through the union, it should have acting in it. So there we go. Lexi, hi, like the video, we just beat a boss. Okay, so let's do a patented double shiny check. Whalema would be purple, no. Skuntank would be red, no. Clefable would have, like, green ears, no. But I don't have Lugia. Will today be the day I get pink Lugia? No. Dang. Well, that sucks. I'm just going to get Clefable because I don't really know if we've had Clefable. But first, I actually need to do the patented double check, don't I? No sparkles there, no sparkles there, no sparkles there. Because I don't think I actually did the double check earlier. I need to concentrate on this bit rather than getting... I shouldn't get worked up about big topics, but there we go. So there we go. Right. Anyway, that's it for Friday. Oh, dang. So that's it for our Friday session, or our Friday session. So that's all for today. No thank you, Clem Fandango. So that's all for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Oh, I know as well, I did post that Lionsgate thing on Twitter as well, but that's because I thought of it a few days ago, and then I forgot it, and when I made my decision to, like, not go on Twitter anymore, I was like, oh, there was something I was gonna post, like, I thought of it yesterday, and then I couldn't think of it, and then I was like, oh, well, and then so I went off of Twitter yesterday, and then today I realized I remembered what it was, and I was like, oh, yeah, no, I have to post that to Twitter. But so one last jab at generative AI is I think was worth it. But yeah, I'm not generally going to be on Twitter. Oh, by the way, I don't get push notifications if you @ me. Well, no, I think if you like reply to a tweet I've done, I don't get a notification of it. So I thought I have a setting on where it says I should get notifications if people mention me. I guess replies don't count, but then again, if I'm not going to be tweeting, people aren't going to be replying. But if you ever reply to like an old tweet, or if for some reason I do post anything, I won't see it. So yeah, there we go. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. Have a good evening. So just my plan for this weekend as well, I will see you guys. So we've got Saturday and Sunday, okay? Saturday 21st, Sunday 22nd. On Saturday, the cat's going absolutely nuts out there. I'm going to have to deal with him. On Saturday, I'll be back. So tomorrow, I'll be back at 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. That's Pacific time. So right now, it's like 6 p.m. Pacific. And then I'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. So that's like, what, 17 hours from now? Something like that. And then, so 11 a.m. Saturday, and then 2 p.m. Sunday, okay? So 11 a.m. Saturday, 2 p.m. Sunday, be there or be square, and wish Sarah and her brother Isaac a very happy birthday today, and yeah, so thank you very much, and take care, guys, lots of love, see you later, and bye-bye.